everyone, it's averydawnside and welcome back to another video. So, you guys are probably a little bit confused because I am in the middle of a field on a horse that I've already trained and it's really random. Also, I'm gonna turn my field of view off for this. So, a quick disclaimer, this video is going to be pretty different and I'm going to explain why in a second, but another disclaimer, you might hear birds or a freeway in the background. I'm currently outside filming and I'll get into why I'm outside filming in a second, but so this week's video is going to be a bit different because I actually was not going to put a video up this week because I'm not gonna lie, this week has been really rough for me and I've had a lot going on and I haven't been in the happiest of moods, but we're working through it and I don't want you guys to worry, but I also didn't want to miss this opportunity to talk about something that is important to me, and that's that my life isn't perfect just because I have a YouTube channel. I think sometimes that can get mixed up and you guys always value honesty and me being vulnerable with you, so here I am doing so. And because it's been kind of a rough week, which I won't get into detail about, I'm going to be doing something that I actually did back in December when I hit level 20, and that's like kind of the 20 things that I'm grateful for. But today, I'm going to be telling you about the things that I love. So the small things about life that bring me joy, because honestly, this video is a little bit for me just because I need to talk about these things to remind myself of the joy and the happiness that comes in life. So we're gonna do that today, and I figure you guys might want to hear it because they're, I don't know, little things that you guys might want to know about me and what I love about life. So without further ado, we're gonna get into it. I'm also riding Woody because this is the first thing. I do this as almost like therapy a little bit, but when I am feeling down or I'm just feeling kind of bored, I'll go into a cute location in Star Stable and go on like a mini trail ride by myself. It's like trail ride therapy because I don't currently have a horse that I can just go and ride whenever I want to take my mind away from things. So Star Stable gives me the closest thing to that. So we're on my favorite horse and we're in a cute pride outfit because it's Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, my loves. And yeah, so let's get into it. I really don't have a path that I'm going on, but we're just gonna go with it. So let's start with the things that I love. One of the first things that I put on this list was I love the way that people hug in the airport. And I don't mean just like a hug goodbye or a hug hello. I mean, I love when you know someone's coming from a long journey and you have no idea how far they've traveled or who they're coming to see if it's their first time meeting, and I love watching that. I love seeing the joy in people's faces when someone walks through the doors, especially at my airport. The way that it works is we have like an international arrival section, and there's these big sliding doors that open when the people come from landing off their flights to enter the actual airport, and all the people waiting to pick them up sit there and wait, and it's really wholesome because people will come running through to say hello, and like people will cry, and it's just like it's one of the most joyous situations to ever experience. Like it makes me smile so much just to think about it, especially being the person like receiving someone on the other end, because when my mom goes to visit back in England where she's from, we would always wait at those doors at the international arrival section, and it was really warm when she would come back. So that's one of the first things. The second thing that I love, some of you might know this already, I love pigeons. I adore pigeons. I think they are the cutest animal. I think they're so underrated and so wholesome and chunky and lovable, and I don't know, I really enjoy pigeons, and they bring me so much harmony and peace and happiness, and I swear they're good luck because every time I see a pigeon, where I'm from, pigeons are not that common, so every time I see a pigeon, I say that it's good luck. Something else that I love is when people say I love you instead of love you. I think I was actually talking to someone about this, and we were talking about how when someone says love you, it just doesn't always feel complete. But when someone says I love you, it means the world. Even though they're two of really similar things, I love you it's like a hug. It's like when someone gives you a hug, and it's not just like a hug to give you a hug. It's one of those warm, like tight, like good hugs. That is what I love you is like. So I always make an effort to tell you guys that I love you and not just love you, because that is how I like to be loved too. The next one is the way the sun reflects on the trees and makes a certain type of green. I actually have a video of this. It's happening in my yard as we speak. As I film this video and you guys can hear the birds tweeting, it's happening right now, so I will get a little video and put it in here. But I love this. It's something that only happens like really in my backyard, I would say, is this specific shade of green, but it also only happens during certain seasons here where I'm from, so it's really special and I look forward to it a lot. And it's small, but it brings me happiness. Next one is when someone says something they saw reminds them of you. This is such a cute and wholesome like memory, and not even memory but moment. When someone sees something and they're like, oh, I saw this and it reminded me of you, that brings me so much joy and it makes my heart so warm, because I make an effort to do this for other people because I know it makes them feel loved and included, and it goes the same way for me. I feel overjoyed when people say that to me. It makes me feel like I'm on their mind, not just for a specific reason, but for random reasons, and that shows that you mean something to them. So that's something else that I love. The next one is blue skies. I love blue skies. Oh my goodness, the sky is so blue right now. I'll also try to insert a picture. But where I'm from, a lot of the months of the year are winter and fall, and we have all 4 seasons, but the sky is gray for a good amount of the year, and it really puts an effect on my mood. So when the sky is blue, it's just so happy and harmonious, and I look out my window and I'm like, the sky is blue, like it's gonna be a good day because the sky is blue. And I don't really know why I associate blue skies with a happy mindset, but I do, and I guess that's something small. The next thing is I love pasta with butter. That is one of my favorite weird just plain meals that I absolutely love, is having pasta with butter. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Noodles and Company before, but if you have, literally their buttered noodles is like one of my favorite things, and I learned how to replicate it at home, and my life has not been the same ever since, because it's one of my go-to, like if I don't know what to eat, pasta with butter and a little bit of cheese and I'll be set. It brings me a lot of happiness and a very filled tummy, and I'm very grateful for that. This one's oddly specific to my state too, and it's the way that the air feels in the fall time. I really can't describe this other than it's just a feeling. I remember being a senior in high school and waking up and going outside, and it's like that feeling of like cool but breezy and warm at once, and it's just such a special feeling, and I can't describe it better than that. I'm sorry, but I promise you it's an amazing feeling. The next one, kind of going off of that, is the morning of the last day of school feeling, especially for those of you who are still in like public school and like aren't online and aren't in college, though, like schools where you go like 7 hours a day and you go to a building and you see the same people every day. Those mornings on the last day of school, it's such a special feeling, because it's just, you feel like summer, but you're also like happy to leave, but you're sad, and like it's a special feeling. It's kind of like the first day of school too. I didn't always love, but I learned to love the feeling of the first day of school, and it's something that I always look forward to, were the first day of school and the last day of school, because I don't know, it's a specific atmosphere. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then let me know down below. Also, kind of from my childhood, and that is the smell of campfires. I would die to smell the smell of a fresh campfire whenever I could. Like if that scent could be put into a candle, it would be amazing, because my family and I used to go camping a lot when I was younger, like all the time. For every summer we would camp for so many weeks, and it brought me so much joy. And so whenever I smell the smell of like a campfire roasting, it reminds me of my childhood and that feeling of like crawling into a tent or crawling into our trailer and curling up with a blanket when it was cold but warm. And it brings me so much like happiness. It takes me to my happy place. So I really like the smell of campfires. The next one is when people hug instead of handshake. So I'm a hugger. I'm sure you guys could have guessed that, but it's my favorite thing when you meet someone and they go in for a hug, but they don't go in for a handshake. And I know not everyone are hug people, but I am a hugger, and when I meet another hugging person, it's like two puzzle pieces fitting together. It brings me so much joy, and it makes me feel like so warmed and accepted, and I feel so much more comfortable with people who hug me at first rather than shake my hand, which is weird because I know it's opposite for some people, but I love to be hugged when I first meet people. I also like watching when someone gets excited about something. I think it's really cute the way that you can just tell when someone's passionate about something, and like their eyes like kind of get smaller and they like crinkle up a little bit, and like sometimes their nose will scrunch up when they smile, and they'll talk about it and their eyes will light up. And I think it's such like a happy and cool thing that we get to watch humans just experience like these emotions based off the things that they love, and it's different for every person, and I think that's so cool. And it's one of my favorite things about like people watching. I really like to people watch, and that's one of my favorite reasons to people watch. I also really like the little compliments that you give a stranger when you don't know what else to say. And I actually came up with this one because I realized that I did it earlier today. I ordered Vietnamese food, and I went to the Vietnamese restaurant, and we had like our regular conversation because they know me really well there. But there was just this awkward silence, and both the girl that was serving me and I like went in to give a compliment, and we kind of like bumped into each other in our words. And I told her that I really liked her nails, and she said that I had a really, really nice smile, and that it was really good to see my smile. And the last one, which is it's a pretty big one, and it's Lola. So if you guys don't know who Lola is the school horse that I ride at my barn, and she is just such a special baby mare. She's only 4, and in the past like few months we have come so far together, and she has grown so much, and I'm so proud of her. And I remember in the beginning of us riding together, we weren't the best match. Like, I'm gonna be honest, we didn't click immediately. I was like really anxious on her and kind of all over the place, but we finally found our groove and we clicked super well together, and she's so cute. I'll put some pictures or maybe some videos up on the screen. And I'm so proud of her. Like we rode outside together for the first time, and she's jumping oxers now, and she's such a good and special and talented baby, and she brings me so much joy. She takes my mind off of so many things, and she makes me really happy. And I love Lola, and she is something that I'm extremely grateful for. And I kind of brought Lola up as the last thing because Lola is the prime example of things might not always feel great in the beginning, but if you keep pushing, you're gonna end up loving the decisions or what you did in your life. And that's something that I'm trying to understand myself sometimes. I'm trying to let myself feel all the emotions that come with life, not just the happy ones, not just the sad ones, but all of them, which is why I wanted to make this video, because I want you guys to know me as a person and not just a happy, preppy, positive girl all the time, because that's not all sides of me. That is one side of me, and I want my YouTube channel to represent all sides of me. So I guess that's really it for today's video. Nothing exciting, but I hope you guys learned some things or had fun listening to these, or maybe trained to it. I don't know. Maybe, a little assignment. Down below in the comments, let me know 3 things in your life that bring you joy. Anything, like big, little, tiny, minuscule, huge, anything that brings you joy in your life, even if it's the glass of water sitting next to you. I also love reading about those, so that's one of my favorite things, is reading your comments about your lives, because it makes me remember that you guys are people and you're people that love me, and I am a person who loves you. So I feel so much better already, like, after doing that, and that's why I made this video, because I knew it would make me feel better, because YouTube and all of you and thinking about the things that give me joy in my life gets me through these tough weeks. So I'm gonna stop talking now. I love you all so much, more than you'll ever know, and I appreciate you on levels that I can't even explain, but hopefully this video did it a little bit of justice. So I hope you're all having a wonderful week, and as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!